No Bigfooters or Sasquatch were harmed during the filming of this video. Just their pride. Hey my little Squatch monsters, it's time to shake up the Bigfoot community. This is Off the Rictor. Bigfoot's your forest friend? Are you kidding me?
I'm sure all of you have seen Rictor's new show. Very nice, Rictor. You have no self-respect.
What does he know about self-respect?
Speaking of Rictor, Rictor.
He's my biggest fan. Oh, don't you worry. This season, the earrings are coming off.
And then they take all kinds of screenshots, take them back to their troll group.
Oh boy, here we go. Make sure your seats are raised and tray tables locked in the upright position. We're gonna find out if Bigfoot's real by watching videos made by researchers, hoaxers, and attention whores like me. I've got news for you people. There's no such thing as a Bigfoot expert. It's like you guys are just glorified campers. You're camping for a cause.
Oh, God.
Okay, this is an example of why scientists don't take us seriously. You want your Bigfoot video to be seen? Now's your chance. Hey my little Squatch monsters, it's time to ruin someone's day. This episode of Off the Rictor is a special edition. I normally do 3 or more roastings per show. However, there's someone that has come on my radar that gets the whole show devoted to him. Who is it? I'll give you a hint. I'm a little teapot, short and stout. Here's my handle and here's my spout. When I get all steamed up, hear me shout. Tip me over and hear me pout. It's Understanding Sasquatch, Keegan Reid himself. It's all here, folks. Gifting, stick glyphs, tree structures, sightings, habituation, and woo-woo stuff. Now in his video, poor Keegan has a difficult time staying on topic and bounces all around the place like a flaming ping pong ball. He uses big words like cognitive dissonance, paradigm perspective, and quantum physics about something that's unexplained. However, this tool is a critic of Dr. Matthew Johnson, aren't we all? And yet, he takes a page right out of Johnson's playbook. For example, orbs and friendly Sasquatch people that communicate with him. Now, Keegan has an orange orb that communicates with him telepathically. I'm not making this up. And to round things out, Keegan doesn't like it when you question his fictional experiences. Evidently, he thinks that he provides something of substance that people should pay for. Money. Now let's see what this Teletubby has to say about all things Sasquatch.
Hello, my friends. I just had the most amazing experience. I was out visiting the gifting area.
Check out that gap. Why do so many of you Bigfooters have fucked up teeth? Are they poor? Keegan, girl, go get that shit fixed. You're not Shelly Covington, Montana. Only she can make a gap like that work.
And, Kat Hansen's not feeling well. And I was praying for her and praying for the Sasquatch people. I was tree hugging.
Wait a minute. Did this Porkalopoulos just say he was praying for the Sasquatch people?
The Sasquatch people.
He did.
And just being very grateful, very thankful, and just thanking God for the show and for all of you that are being supportive of the show, and just praying that God will give me the right heart and the right spirit, the right intention, to do the right thing and help the Sasquatch people. And
Okay, Keegan, you forgot to also to pray to God for a brain.
a bald eagle flew up. I was kind of like on top of this hill, and a bald eagle flew up directly toward me.
Yeah, that's because the bald eagle was trying to figure out what the fuck you were talking about, man.
And it flew up directly to me within that range and turned around and flew back the other way, right in front of my eyes, as I was praying for Kat and the Sasquatch people. I almost cried. It was amazing.
Yeah, Captain Obvious, birds do that. They fly. I think you're taking the wrong meds. Wow, I once saw a dog wag its tail and then lick its asshole. It was beautiful. You might as well say that.
I don't believe in coincidence anymore. And I've been asking for my totem animal. And I don't know if you're supposed to say your totem animal, but I guess it appears that one of my totem animals is a bald eagle.
Nothing is worse than a Caucasian fool wanting a totem animal. Now, what's a totem? Here, let me explain. A totem is a spirit being, sacred object, or symbol of a tribe, clan, family, or individual. Native American tradition provides that each person is connected with 9 different animals that will accompany him or her through life, acting as guides. This fool's totem animal? Grimace, Hamburglar, and maybe Mayor McCheese.
Chihololi, Kekeyuhi.
Atwe ethe ukfe.
I started right in the woo. Like I never.
Oh God. For those of you that don't know what woo is, it's people walking off a cliff. It's people who pray to Sasquatch for healing instead of trusting science and going to the doctor. In other words, brain dead, gullible people who shouldn't be allowed in public, who shouldn't be allowed to drive, and shouldn't be allowed to vote. Think creationists, and you have a general idea of the roadblock mentality.
Yeah, I was looking at a couple of videos by Peter Kane, dog trainer, and the foot video that he has is pretty interesting. A lot of people have asked me what my thoughts are on his videos.
No one shot a Bigfoot. Peter Kane is an entertainer on YouTube, like I am. He makes videos that are funny to watch. He does not have a real foot that belonged to a Sasquatch. Get real. He didn't drink its blood, and he didn't eat its flesh. Come on, man.
I was put off by some of him because he was talking about, like Bigfoot screwing or something and weird sexual stuff on his property or something. I don't know. I was just like, I just didn't want to hear that. I'm not that my ears were, just information I really didn't want to know. And I just didn't want to hear it. So I just shut it. I didn't go back to his YouTube channel until just recently.
Oh God, what did Peter Kane post that made a little bitch so uncomfortable? Well, let's find out.
And when I got closer, I noticed that there was another Sasquatch on its knees blowing the Bigfoot.
Oh, Bigfoot blowjobs. Of course, Bigfoot blowjobs. The most uncomfortable thing you could ever witness? Don't worry, people. I'll be talking about that in another episode of Off the Rictor.
And then I went over to Utah Sasquatch and looked at some of Nathan Rio's stuff, and I don't know. I wouldn't let Nathan Rio tell you what to think either.
Notice he's licking his lips when he's talking about Nathan Rio. Hey Nathan, he thinks you're mouth-watering. Hey Nathan, don't get caught with your pants down. Keegan might think you're finger-licking good. I sure do.
It was, the bone marrow was there. The major arteries were there.
Are you that gullible, dude? For real? You think this is a real foot? Do you even know what a vagina looks like? Do you think this guy fantasizes about Bigfoot's pussy? Or better yet, its big hairy penis? I bet he does.
What he said about the skin being tough, I've heard that before.
Keegan Reid, you little boy, do you not have the ability to utilize the basic concept of critical thought?
I've not got to see one of the Sasquatch people with my eyes yet, so really can't confirm what they look like personally.
Sasquatch people. He's calling them a people, but has yet to see them. Do you see how insane this looks? It's like having imaginary friends and making videos about them and asking for money.
You know, I'm really not a pictures or video kind of guy that much. I really kind of lean on my own experiences for the most part as well.
Your experiences at McDonald's is the only thing I'm going to believe you're having. Trust.
Before I go into more about Peter Kane dog training YouTube channel and the foot and the hand and the body parts and the head and all that stuff that he said he had, which I believe that he has.
Of course you do, you silly, silly little boy.
As far as looking into anything of high strangeness, I think it's good to have your own first-hand experiences. I also believe that it's good to do research, but be your own filter.
No, you need many filters, like an education filter, science filter, having a brain filter, skepticism filter. What is this? Alternative facts?
A lot of this could be subjective due to consciousness. I don't know. You know, why is it that some people see orbs and other people don't? I've only seen orbs like 2 or 3 times now, and it's only been over the course of this last year. I saw a huge crazy comet thing fall down from the sky. That was very weird. It was like, not weird, it was amazing, but I've had stuff drop around me out of the air for numerous minutes, like little sticks and little twigs and bark.
What the bippity boppity fuck is this shit?
You know, I'm not really an expert in anything. You know, I'm kind of like a jack of all trades and expert of none.
I don't think you even have a high school diploma, girl. Sorry. You're no Einstein.
I think it may be a little bit of an antiquated approach to trying to investigate things of high strangeness because, well, I mean, when we talk about things from an academic level, there are things that you can discuss, things that you can believe, but if you stray outside of that, for instance, you might lose your tenure at your college, or you may not get any financial backing for your grant the next year. So when I'm talking about scientific method, I'm really talking about something that's tied to something more academic. But we all use our own form of scientific method to come to our own hypotheses on anything.
Actually, scientific method can be applied to theory. For example, the theory of relativity. It has a foundation to stand on. What you, Keegan Reid, are doing is talking about something that is strictly hypothesis. You're pulling anything out of your ass and not posing it as a question and making assertions as to what Bigfoot is. See the difference? In other words, shut up. You're showing your ignorance and don't have any education or background on what the fuck you're talking about.
Because really, the best thing that you can do is get out there and have your own experiences. And when you do, you know, the things that I tell you won't sound so far out there because the odds are you might experience some of the things that I have, or you might experience them in the future, or maybe you already have experienced these things and you're kind of already on the same page with me.
Wait, this Porky Pig just said you might experience what he's experienced. You might experience them in the future, or you have already experienced these things. How about going out without any preconceived notions and be open to the possibility that all this is bullshit and Bigfoot isn't real? And also be open to the fact that you're a few fries short of a Happy Meal.
And it's good to try to be respectful of others as much as we can. I think the Bigfoot community is a little bit of a paradox. And
Dipshit, there's no such thing as a Bigfoot community. It's just Facebook virtual friends and cliques fighting online. Stop equating the Bigfoot fan community with something like the scientific community. It's gross. It's unattractive. Don't disrespect science.
I don't believe everything that a psychic says just because a psychic says it. You know, I have my own filter. I have my own brain.
Bullshit.
I am telling you, you know, a couple of names like I feel a little bit skeptical about, but and I even invite him on the show. You know, I'll just say it. You know, Matt Moneymaker. I'm not sure what his motivations are.
Money. Duh.
David Pilates. You know, and I wonder what his motivations are. His true motivations.
Money again. Duh. Dude, pull your head out of your ass. You're the most naive little girl I've ever seen on YouTube. How old are you, 12?
I've discussed my frustration with the BFRO, but I'm not telling you not to dislike it. I'm not telling you to not be a member. I'm just saying for me it doesn't work because I don't like that they throw out all of the reports that have anything with high strangeness in them as if to say those reports are they're invalid. They don't count. And I don't. That's not, to me, that's not scientific method.
Keegan, scientific method is something where a hypothesis might be tested. You can't test high strangeness or this woo shit. Stop making shit up. What's going to come out of your mouth next? That science is fake science? If the BFRO throws out reports that cannot be investigated, it's for a valid reason. Life isn't Star Trek, Keegan. Here's the basic breakdown of the scientific method, which you keep mentioning as if you know what the fuck you're talking about. Number 1, you ask a question. So let's ask, is Bigfoot magical? Next, you do background research. That doesn't mean asking your woo-woo friends about their make-believe experiences or interviewing people with claims of absurdity. That's not research. That's just a paradigm for self-fulfilling fantasies. You go to the library, you read, you study. Then you construct your hypothesis. If Bigfoot transforms into an orb, its physical body must be destroyed. State both your hypothesis and the resulting prediction you will be testing. But you can't, can you? Why is that? Because there's no data for what the fuck you're talking about. The next step, if you're so Billy Badass bold, is to test with an experiment. And just how will you do that when you haven't even seen a Sasquatch before? Am I making you angry with all of this? I should, because I'm showing you your lack of a capacity for any kind of basic comprehension. Your scientific method ends here, because there's no way to test something you've not even seen. But yet, you still draw your own conclusions, and that is sheer ignorance, in every sense of the word.
If you're going to do scientific method, you have to gather all of the data. And I just don't, I see a lot of people cherry picking the data to fit what works for their comfort zone, the comfort of their reality bubble.
Dude, I can't watch any of your narcissism. It's all built on unicorns and Papa Smurf. Go back to school. Take a course in science and biology. Learn the differences from make-believe and real life. The sun rises in the east and sets in the west. Go outside, watch, you'll find out.
Now, I have to say that I have said some not so nice things about Will Jevning, but really what I said about Will was that when he's on Sasquatch Chronicles, for instance, he really insults people that brings up anything that has to do with the woo. I don't like that.
Little boy, everyone has an opinion, and Will Jevning is an established author and respected cryptozoologist. You're just a little bitch on YouTube making videos about your imaginary friends, and that's not an opinion, that's a fact. And you want people to support your channel?
I also have a little bit of a problem with the shows that just constantly put the Sasquatch people in a negative light. You know, they're constantly, the only thing that they talk about now, maybe that's the whole focus of the program.
Will someone tell this little teapot that the Native Americans' origination of Sasquatch is negative? Cannibals, bad juju, they're to be avoided. Children kidnappers. If he had read any books or two written by Renee DeHinden or Grover Krantz, instead of holding hands with Ronald McDonald, he would have some kind of a Bigfoot education and know they're not your forest friend.
It bothers me when I feel like people are being misled.
Dude, that's exactly what you're doing, but you're too self-absorbed to realize it. You feel special for having imagined an orange orb in your backyard and witnessed sticks falling to the ground and rocks rolling out of a cave. You are saying these are your experiences without any evidence to corroborate your story. There's more evidence of you licking your lips over Nathan Rio than Bigfoot being your forest friend. There's actually video evidence, actually. Oh, God.
You know, I hope that you're the kind of person that you buy a ton of books on Bigfoot and you're reading them. I hope that you're the kind of person that if you're going to look into this, that you look into it seriously. That it's not a passing hobby. For me, I think I'll probably be doing this for the rest of my life.
Oh God, no. Someone show him internet porn. Someone give him a coloring book. Something to occupy his time that is worthy of his 4 brain cells.
And whether I'm ever able to contribute something constructively is yet to be determined.
Oh girl, I can tell you right now, you ain't gonna contribute shit. I bet my big gay life on it. I do.
One of the main things I want to say is don't believe anything I say. Go out and have your own experiences.
I will reiterate what he just said. Don't believe anything he says. Please, for the love of God and all things that are gay, don't believe a thing that comes out of this guy's barbed wire toothed mouth.
Rio was just talking about the book Enoch by Autumn Williams. I have that book. I think you should read it.
Enoch is a work of fiction, just like all this bullshit you're slinging at us. Enoch is not real. The author, Autumn Williams, will even tell you it wasn't a real story.
And I really think that most people should pick up and read Quony Lapsaritis's The Psychic Sasquatch and the Sasquatch People. Those are the first 2 books that I started with, so I started right in the woo.
Quony Lapsaritis's book, The Sasquatch People, has literal messages written by Sasquatch that cannot be verified, tested, or checked. Of course, it's all bullshit on every level. Here, let me read you something that Bigfoot wrote. Here, take a look at this. Yeah, Bigfoot wrote that in like broken English. You world, not same as our world. You time, not same our time. You space, not same our space. God. Makes you just want to talk to Yoda instead. At least Yoda is more real than this Bigfoot shit.
Nobody just gets absolute access to my brain that they can tell me this is what you're going to believe. These are not the droids that you're looking for. You may pass.
Talk about perfect timing. Keegan just used a Star Wars reference. Oh no, you didn't. Well, he did. Little boy, don't even. You're talking to a much bigger fish in the Star Wars pond. Stick to Star Trek, son.
For those of you that are out in the community that maybe are just getting started, I just want to encourage you, put on thick skin and go off of primarily your own experiences. You're getting a lot of data, filter through the data, and then figure out your plan of action on how you want to go about learning about these things and follow your own path.
There is no data. Stop using words without understanding the concept for which they were meant to convey.
Try to equip yourself with as much data as you can so that you can go about things in as a constructive of a manner that works for you as you can. That's my advice.
Impressive. That's the smartest thing he has said in this video. How about you practice what you preach, you newbie? You have been in this field of research, or in your case, mental asylum, for just over a year. Bitch, please. You don't even know what you're talking about. It's like the blind leading the blind. It might as well be, since that's what you look like.
There is such a thing as cognitive dissonance, and if you don't know what cognitive dissonance is, you might want to look into cognitive dissonance because that may be part of the quantum physics or the consciousness aspect of this that may be causing some of us, including myself, to not be able to see them.
Keegan, if you had any kind of an education, you would know you cannot use an unknown to explain another unknown. That's what you're doing. Stop trying to explain what this phenomenon is. If you're a real researcher, you document your work, but that's not the case here, is it? No, it's about YouTube. Phony ass. You're a YouTuber. That's your #1 priority, to build followers and to make money off your channel. And that's okay. Just be authentic with your motives and who you are. Otherwise, you're being deceptive, and I can see right through you. You're being a hoaxer. Yes, Keegan Reid, You're being a hoaxer. You're trying to present yourself as a Bigfoot geek, but yet you're just another wannabe loser offering nothing to the actual field of scientific research. You're finding meaning with make-believe claims of creatures that may or may not exist. Find God. Find your dick, man. Find something, because you're not finding Bigfoot.
I just want to encourage you to use your own rational thinking. And, if scientific method works for you, use it and use it effectively. But, don't expect to get a bunch of applause from your local university, because if it doesn't toe the Darwinism line and the theory of evolution and whatever is being drummed on the big drums of, university and academic science, you're not going to get a warm reception.
Actually, you will if you actually find real, solid, irrefutable proof that Bigfoot's real. But you won't, because you're full of shit and patronizing to a group of people just as lonely and pathetic and just as fucked up as you are. You talk about using a gifting stump, and you're a critic of science and academia? Dude, the next time you're in the hospital, I say, disconnect the machines and turn away the doctors and let your personal, foolish, based theories save your life. No? You won't do that?
My suggestion is that, the best way to go about it is to do your own individual research, go about it in your own way. I go about myself most of the time. Other people are like, oh, I wouldn't go out by myself. Psh, I've been that way my whole life.
You're officially retarded. Dude, and here's why. You're inviting danger. You're overweight and out of shape. Easy pickings for a mountain lion, bear, or ready for a scene right out of Deliverance. Squeal like a pig, Keegan. You're irresponsible to encourage people to go out by themselves because you do it. Never go Bigfooting alone, you stupid fat fuck.
I'm not going to say there have been moments that I have not been borderline terrified, but nothing's hurt me.
You're not Les Stroud, and apparently you don't have a fully functional brain. You claim to have only been doing this a year and come off as a total know-it-all.
What?
You're a douche without any consideration for what you're saying and who might be listening to your social posturing.
End of transmission for now. Bye, guys.
And now it's time for Rictor's Hate Mail of the Week. Or is it Off the Week? Is that a typo? This message comes from a sweet little soul by the name of Rhonda Huff. And this is what she has to say. You are stupid. Find another way to reach people with your cause. Attacking other people does not help your cause. Maybe you should try a new format. Oh, sweet thing. Bless your soul, honey. This show, Off the Rictor, is pointing out the failures of the Bigfoot world in a comedic, satirical stance. Do I really give a fudge? I'm trying to say no, fuck. Do I really give a fuck what Keegan Reid is doing or saying? No. Or what Matthew Johnson's doing with his dick up in Soha? No. It's Bigfoot. You people are making it into a fucking joke, and I'm here pointing out the obvious. You guys are doing all the work for me. I'm just a gay guy that loves Bigfoot and finds the humor in it. I wish you guys could. Oh well. Write a letter. Complain. Well, that's all for Off the Rictor. Be sure to subscribe, comment down below, and give Rictor a thumbs up. Ah! Yeah, do what he said. Yeah. Bigfoot's real. As real as this puppet.
I had an event in 1985 in the Olympics where me and a couple other people had some rocks thrown at us.
Sorry, guys.
Look at that big ass. Look how big that ass. That is the ass known as Wes Grimmer from Sasquatch Chronicles. Okay, so we go back to 1985.
1985, I was up off trail hiking in the Olympic National Park, me and two other people. It's a long story, but we had some rocks thrown at us.